Solving each problem. There are about 320 eggs in cartons of 12. How many cartons are there? This is a straightforward division problem. So we'll say 320, and that's being divided by 12. We'll use the partial quotients method to start. I'm not exactly sure how many 12s go into 320, so I'm going to start off by saying I think there's going to be 20. I know that 2 times 12 is 24, so therefore 20 times 12 is going to be 240. 320 minus 240 is 80. Sorry, is 180. This time I'm going to do maybe 10. So 10 times 12 is going to be 120. 180 minus 120 is 60. And now I remember that 5 times 12 is 60, so I have a remainder of 0. Now I can add up everything I've got here, 20, 10, and 5, and I get 35. So there would be 35 cartons. Class 5B has 23 students. They raised $500 for a field trip. How much could they spend for each student on their next field trip? So the question is asking us to take $500 and divide it by 23. I'll use the traditional method now for dividing this time. I'm not exactly sure how many 23s go into 50, but I'm going to guess that it can only be 2. 2 times 23 is 46. 50 minus 46 is 4. Bring down the 0. 40. I'm only going to have 123 in 40. Subtracting that gives me 17 remainder. So they could spend $21 on each student and have $17 left over. Anik read 410 pages this week. That's 5 times as many pages as he read last week. How many pages did Anik read last week? So what they're telling us here is that 410 is equal to 5 times some number that we don't know. To find out what the missing number is, we're asking what is 410 divided by 5 going to be equal to. So we can go ahead and do that calculation. We use the partial quotients method for this one. Now I know that 5 times 8 is equal to 40, so therefore 5 times 80 will be equal to 400. So 80 times 5 is 400, with 10 remainder when I subtract that. And 5 into 10 I know is going to be 2. 2 5s are 10. Subtracting gives me a remainder of 0. Adding up, I have 82. Therefore, we can say Anik read 82 pages last week. Create and solve a problem that could be solved using each calculation. I'll leave it up to you to create a problem that might work with these numbers, and we'll just go ahead and solve 317 divided by 16. So I know that 2 times 16 is 32, so it means I'm only going to have one 16 here, and I have 15 left over. I bring down the 7. 16 into 157. Not really sure. I'm going to take a guess at 9. 9 times 6 is 63. 6 to carry, 1 9 is 9. Plus 6 is 15. Subtracting 153 from 157 gives me a remainder of 4. So my answer is 19, remainder 4. Okay, 948 divided by 12. I'm going to use the partial quotients method this time. Now let's see, I know that if I did 10 times 12, I'd have 120. That's a pretty small number. I know that 3 times 12 is 36, so 30 times 12 will be 360. So I'll start with that, subtracting 360 from 948. 0 from 8 is 8. I have to borrow here. 6 from 14 is 8. 3 from 8 is 5. So I've got 588. I know that 4 times 12 is 48. So 40 times 12 will be 480. That leaves me with 108 left over. 10 times 12 was 120. Now if I can't remember my 12 times tables, I can just go ahead and I could do another one that I know. I could say 4. 4 times 12 is 48. And subtract that. 8 from 8 is 0. 4 from 10 is 6. So we've got 60. And I can continue on and do 4 again. 4 times 12 is 48. Now this time I've got 12 left over. And that means now I have just one more. And I end up with 0 remainder. So now I go ahead and add up here. I've got 30 plus 40 is 70. Plus 4 is 74. Plus 4 is 78. Plus 1 is 79. So my answer is 79 with a remainder of 0. There are 512 treats on 8 small plates and 4 large plates. There are the same number of treats on each of the 8 small plates and twice as many treats on each of the 4 larger plates. So how many treats are on the smaller plates? So this shows the number of plates that we've got. We've got the 8 smaller plates here and the 4 larger plates here. They also tell us that the 8 smaller plates are equal to the 4 larger plates as far as the amount that they hold. To determine the number of treats on the smaller plates, I need to figure out how many treats are ending up on the larger plates as well. So we're taking the 512 treats and we're breaking them up into 4 large plates and 8 smaller plates. And now the amount that goes to each of the large plates is going to be the same. The amount that goes to the smaller plates means that for every 2 smaller plates, they get the same as what goes to the larger plate. From this, we can see that we're taking the 512 and dividing it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal-sized parts. Remember, each of the smaller plates is getting half of what one of the larger plates is getting. So 2 of them together are the same as one of the larger plates. So the first step of the problem then is going to be to take 512 and divide it by 8. We know that 6 times 8 is 48. Subtracting 48 from 51 leaves us with 3. We bring down the 2. So we've got 32. And I know that 4 times 8 is 32 with a remainder of 0. So each of the large plates is going to get 64 treats. That means that the smaller plates are going to get half of that, which of course means 64 divided by 2 is going to be 32 treats. Answer B is correct.